Hi everyone, welcome back to Beach Angel Tarot. Tonight we're going to be doing a Halloween reading, so happy Halloween to everyone. I'm excited to be doing my witches read again. This is, besides my Santa at the Sea, this is one of my favorite readings to do for the holiday. If you want your own personal private witches read, you can click the link below to be taken to my Etsy shop and purchase your own personal private reading. And this reading will only be up for a limited time as well. So we're going to dive in and see what comes. I'm going to start with a Halloween oracle and a oracle from Colette Baron Reid's Wisdom of the House of Night. So there's going to be two opening oracles, and then I'm going to be using this Halloween deck to do the reading. So we're focusing on the energies for the witches read for Halloween of 2020. I looked at the bottom. Sometimes I look at the bottom, sometimes I don't. It's interesting because it's a cat. The cat's been coming up a lot for symbolism for me. And of course, full moon. I'm always connected to the full moon. And all the purple. It's like, gosh. So I'm just going to kind of keep that out here and put that to the side as an extra message. So we have death. The eternal cycle begins here. And again, another full moon, which Halloween is on full moon. I do believe the end of the month is 31st is Halloween and the full moon. Correct me if I'm wrong. And we have wishing, which I'm going to read from the booklet for this, but this is like a wishing well. 19 is the sun card in the tarot, so just kind of feeling into it and see what we get here. Feels like a lot of well, with death and the moon, I mean, it feels like a lot of dark, not dark like scary, but very like Scorpion, you know, Scorpio type of energy, which I got, yeah, we are in Scorpio. Halloween, we will be in Scorpio. So it's interesting that that energy is right on the time frame. And the full moon, you're going to see a lot of transformation with a wish. Something that you've been wishing for, something that you are hoping. It feels like the sun and the moon to me. So there's like a balance here. Death bringing in a balance of energy, like balancing something out with something you've been wishing for. Maybe manifestation. Maybe you put a wish out to the universe or to Goddess or anyone that you work with spiritually. And this particular full moon is going to bring transformative energy. It's like moth to a flame, but the moth is going towards the light of the moon. And he kind of looks like a firefly to me too. It's interesting because they light up. So there's like this light and darkness coming from this. It says choosing this symbol, which I'm reading this one, means you are at a wonderful juncture in your life where imagination and preparation can align with the web of power. It says, and my dear one, I hear your prayers. I know your heart, and I know that what is for your highest good. Dreams do come true. Make sure your dream serves your highest purpose and does not take away from another. Be careful what you wish for. Remember the coins tossed in a wishing well. For every wish, there is a price to be paid. Are you ready to spend the time and energy that your granted wish will require? Now is the time for your wish to be fulfilled. So it's to make sure the words prepared, where imagination and preparation can align with the web of power. So yes, we can imagine things into being, but if we're not prepared for them, then I'm not saying it won't come, but when it does, it can make things more difficult because it's like a fantasy in your mind, you know, like when it becomes real, when shit gets real, it can be a little bit startling because you're living this in your mind in one aspect, and when it starts to come into, you know, into the 3D reality of the matrix in front of you, it can be a little jarring, and I kind of feel that sense here. But it's like that space where it's starting to materialize, and to be sure that you want that wish, you want that manifestation, because it's coming with all of its parts and pieces and everything. So be ready for that, and allow for that integration for it to come into the physical. But it's the preparation can align with the web. So being prepared, I just said that in a private reading yesterday. It's funny because the feeling was, I even said, what is that saying? Good luck. You know, black cats are supposed to be bad luck. You know, I see them as good luck. They're familiars. They, you know, they do the work with us. They're here with us. And so I just said that in a private reading. I said, what is that saying? It was that feeling of good luck or synchronicity is really just opportunity meeting preparation. You know, it's like having, you know, you have to be prepared when the opportunity presents itself, because without that preparation, you may miss an opportunity. So it's like everything coming into alignment. You've done your work, the universe has done it, and it's kind of coming together. So I love seeing this. And it is talking about Scorpio time frame, so this will be later in the month of October, because we're in Libra until the 21st. Could come right at the cusp, because this is the 19th and 5. So it could change, could come with this wish or manifestation that's coming in around the 19th. So it could come just a hair before Scorpio. Or you may start to see the rumblings of it, and then the full manifestation comes in the time frame of Scorpio, which runs into November 21st. So I'm focusing on my spread here, and then we're going to see. The Witch, who are you right now? So who we are right now. And it is the Knight of Imps. So this is the Knight of Imps is Wands, I do believe. Knight of Imps. I just want to kind of see, make sure. Yeah, it is Wands, because the Page of Imps is on the bottom, which is interesting. Because so this is who we are right now. This is a sense of, this can even be a card literally of moving. So you may be moving, traveling, relocating. This is also moving with the energy of passion. So you're moving in a passion, you're moving with passion. Passion is causing you to take action on something. So there is an energy here of where we are the word that wants to come is transition. You know what it feels like to me, honestly? I'm seeing like rebirth. I'm seeing like the phoenix rising in my third eye. So this is like a fiery combustion of energy is who we are. So it's like, you know, you've seen the phoenix rising, the phoenix coming from the rising from the ashes. That's what they're saying to me. You know, it's like a whirlwind of fire is what I'm seeing in my third eye. So that's who we are right now. Is just this combustible flame, energetically moving and spiraling. So that's how Spirit is seeing us. That's who we are right now. We're in the middle of this. It feels like tornado kind of fire spinning is what I'm seeing and sensing. And that's the movement. This like we're fiery movement. We're fire in motion is what they're saying to me. And fire is of course hot. It burns everything in its wake. It's kind of like a forest fire type of feeling, like just kind of this spinning, not like dangerously, but that's the image that I'm getting. So we're fire in motion, we're heat in motion, we're passion in motion, is what is coming, is who we are. We are passion in motion. So that's pretty interesting. I love seeing that. So there's an interesting fiery energy that is coming from us. And that's who we are right now. Even if you're not sensing that, that's how you are energetically. You're kind of spinning in this vortex of, passionate fire. Passion in motion. It's kind of cool. Okay, so the owl, wisdom for the witch, something you need to know this Halloween. Three of ghosts. So this is the Three of Cups. So for me, it's like a reunion. It's like souls reignite. I said reigniting. That wasn't a mistake. So souls reigniting. Reuniting is the right word, but it's souls reigniting. It feels very coven-like. It feels very raising energy-like in its visual that I'm getting within. And so that's what we need to know. We are coming together with, it's like soul family, soul groups, and we are reuniting, but in doing so, we are reignited or reigniting something. And we are raising energy. So it's like a celebration of souls reconnecting. So meeting with perhaps one particular soul, calling in a soulmate, and usually when that's occurring, you also are starting to meet other soul family too. So there's like this coming together. And it's funny because it's almost, with what I was seeing when they showed me what they were trying to come across with the Knight of Imps, Knight of Wands. This sort of looked like the tornado whirling around. You know how it goes down into a funnel? That's what they were showing me in a flame. It wasn't this color. It was more like the fire color. But, the flames always have the lighter, and flames can even get that purple in it. So there's all that coming together here, very interestingly. And we see the black cat coming up here again, too, with that purple. And 5 is all about change. So when this occurs, when you spiral in with this soul reunion, reignition, however you want to, they both came together as two words there, but they're meant to be together. When you come together with that person, there's going to be that ignition. There's some sort of fiery passion ignition that's coming. That's what they want us to know. The costume, how others are seeing us at this time. Who are we to others? And it's the High Priestess. So this is sort of like the witch. Not in a negative way in any aspect, which has been misconstrued as something scary, something dark, something to be feared, and it's quite the opposite. It's somebody that is in tune with rhythms of cycles of the moon and cycles of the universe, cycles of the earth, and in tune with growth and healing and nature and everything. And so just very in tune with the physicality, and not only the physicality, but the metaphysical, the astral, and your psychic abilities and whatnot. So, and spirit is the word I was looking for. So very in tune with everything in combination. So that's how everyone is being seen as that witch. I use the air quotes, however, but it's, knowing, having that knowledge, having all that in tune, and having that energy within yourself. And having that knowledge, having that, I want to put it in a more clear way, having that metaphysical knowledge and having the knowledge of the physical realm as well. So those that are guided here could most likely be readers, tarot readers, healers, mediums, you name it, naturopath, Reiki healers, all of that. A lot of the people that are drawn to this reading are going to be in that realm in some way, shape, or form. And if not, people could be just seeing you as someone that has, like women's intuition, that type of thing. So that's how we're being seen. The candy bag, sweet treat coming to you before Thanksgiving. So coming to us before Thanksgiving. We have the Hanged Man. Just want to see. This can be the Hangman can be different things. I just want to kind of feel into it and see what they're telling me. This can be a sacrifice of something. It feels more about, for me, it feels more, even though he's in an odd position, when I tune into the energy of the card, he feels very relaxed. He feels very chilled. Could just be, you know, with this being a treat, this can just be being very comfortable in, I feel a sense of being comfortable in an uncomfortable position. Pulling something off with grace and ease is the feeling. Like, you know, it's kind of funny because in my third eye, they're showing me like somebody that is like trips and does something goofy. That's what I'm seeing. And, you know, they recover quickly so they don't look silly. You know what I mean? It's like, so it's in an uncomfortable, awkward situation that occurs, or you're put in a position that you're not really comfortable being in, whether that be, you know, public speaking, or you do something silly and wish you wouldn't have done that. You kind of recover quickly, and you do it with grace and ease. So that's the sweet treat that's coming to us by Thanksgiving. It's going to be recovering from some sort of awkward situation, or doing something foolish or silly, and, you know, not having anyone really notice. You know, you're just kind of like really blending in. It's like, hey, I really meant to do that, you know? So it's kind of interesting, but it's going to seem like a real treat. So it could be for within yourself, or it could be, you know, somebody around you, or you help somebody, you know, accomplish that kind of energy. I don't know what it could be about that, you know, like helping them recover from something awkward or silly, but that is the energy that they're giving me with this. The Tombstone, a message from our ancestors, and it is the Queen of Ghosts, Queen of Cups. So this is a sense of being an empath, you know, feeling our feelings, and I'm getting a sense of emotional maturity. And you can see the ghost visiting her. So they are saying they are, of course, around us. And you know what I've never noticed in this card? She's a mermaid in this card. I mean, I guess it's the cups, it's the water, but I never really actually, I don't use this deck a lot, but like for myself, when I'm at the ocean, my psychic abilities are very heightened. You know, I have more prophetic dreams. My readings kind of change form, and messages come in different ways, and my senses are heightened. So, you know, clairvoyance, clairaudience, all my clairs are, you know, accentuated more so than when I'm inland. So I get that sense here, but I also feel, and I feel there's a message within that. Being in your space, wherever that is, there's something about being in your space. Because this is a message to us from our ancestors, somewhere where you're comfortable, somewhere that feels like home. Because of course, ancestors are home; they are our family. We feel at home around, you know, them. So there's a sense here of being at home, having that comfortable energy where your energy aligns with it. There's a message here about being where your energy is aligned. And even though I was born here in Pennsylvania, I'm more aligned with where I go to the ocean. So they're telling us something about this. They want you to be where you're comfortable. So if you feel like you need to move, or you're not comfortable in a home or family situation, you need to do something to change that. And they are, of course, showing themselves coming to visit right here in the card and the visual. So, but the message here for us is about being where we feel at home, being where we feel our energy is in most alignment with who we are. And how we connect, and where and how we connect. And so maybe this is even about creating a sacred space within your home. If you don't have a place that's quiet and serene and that you can feel that energy of comfort, maybe making a little nook in your home, or creating a little room or a space or an altar for them as well, to connect to you, to come and visit you, somewhere where you're very comfortable emotionally, is what they're saying. The Pumpkin, how to be more creative this fall. Queen of Bats. So this is, you know, thoughts with our words. So this could be creative writing. This could be journaling to get our thoughts out. This could be in public speaking. This can be channeling. This can be doodling. And And that's interesting too, because in a private reading not long ago, Zen Doodle, I don't know if they're watching, but that thought came to mind because of the little moth on her hat, and I kind of see the patterns in the moth on her hat. Zen Doodling came up for that person, and I, it's not something that's in my mind, but it came up here because it had just come up in that reading. So, that is something that is creative, something that gets us into that mind frame, and shuts down the thinking analytical part of our mind. So it's kind of getting into that creative side, and getting into that flow. Also, this is from the imagination. So using your imagination, every single thing that we see in the physical was once a thought in someone's mind. So remember that when you're trying to be creative. It's like if you can think it, you can bring it into the physical. So don't allow, anyone to say that you can't create something. It's because if you can see it in your mind's eye, you can create it here in the physical. So not allowing that disbelief of other people saying, oh, because look how many things have been invented. And truly everything we see around us, everything we can see and touch was once a thought in someone's mind before it was put on paper and then planned and then created with, material. So that is the message here, to not allow anything to stop you, to create a creative flow or process or checklist to create something. All the things that I mentioned before that, and imagination is coming up as one of the bigger ones. But using words too, thoughts, expression, being creative with your expression is coming up. The black cat, will you be lucky? For pumpkins, yes, if you don't gamble your money away or if you don't take risks. They're saying it's like holding on to something. For pumpkins is about keeping what you have. So you'll be further ahead and have more luck if you don't go buy a bunch of lottery tickets. So you're going to be lucky in the aspect that you didn't risk things. So don't take risks, and you'll feel like you came out ahead, is what the message is with this one. The moon, message about our psychic abilities. And we have the 6 of bats, 6 of swords. So this is talking about, this card talks about going from one place that is a little bit hectic, like the 5 of swords, and moving into smoother or calmer waters. For me, I just want to kind of sit with it a second and see what they're saying. Allow yourself to be guided, they're saying. So I think a lot of us, or a lot that are guided, are kind of maybe fighting, or not fighting, but not connecting wholly with their guides, or they're not following guidance. There's a sense here of going, when I felt into the card in the image, a sense of not going with the flow, not allowing yourself to be taken, which means you're not really following guidance in regards to the messages you're getting. Because sometimes we'll question it, like in a reading, you're getting something and you go, that sounds or looks so silly in my mind. Do I really want to say that? And of course you want to say it, because it may mean nothing to me, but it may mean everything to the person I'm reading for. And so if you resist that flow, it's going to be harder to keep that connection going, because that's what builds the strength of, the connection with your guides. So I feel that, our guides are here saying, don't question the messages, just give them, let them flow, spit them out, is the message that they're giving me about our psychic ability. So this is more about our connection with what we're being given versus our abilities in general. So it's about our guides and where they're taking us, and the guidance they're giving us, the messages they're giving us. Don't resist them, don't question them. And sometimes we get guidance to do things, and I'm like guilty of that myself. I'll be like, what? You want me to do what? I'm not going to do that. Or they'll tell me not to do something, and I think, oh, I know better, I'm going to do it. And then it ends up, and that happened not just long ago. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to listen next time. So, sometimes I think I know better, or my ego thinks it knows better. And they're like, try to tell you, don't do that, sister. So it's like that kind of thing. And it's coming up here. And they're like, we know where you're going, and allow us, follow the guidance, follow the messages. The cauldron, our love life, will we be tricked or treated? And we have King of Cups. So this is a very good energy of emotional maturation, somebody that has their emotions in check, somebody that is able to feel their emotions without stuffing them down or ignoring them. They can process their emotions. They can be emotionally sensitive to your needs. So this is a very good card to see for love life. So I would say it's going to be treated in that aspect, because when this card comes up, it talks about all those things, and those are things and qualities you want in a mate. Somebody that can have sympathy and empathy and compassion, and is not like all in their mind. They're not all mental or all sexual. They have a nice balance of emotion in there, and so that is always good to see. Boo, a surprise, the unexpected, is the Ace of Bats. So that's the Ace of Swords. So clarity, clarity. Anything's like, for me, it feels very clairvoyant. It feels very third eye. Like, I feel like, because of this, I felt it like there, like the purple hand, and it's like, and you know what? Bats bring up dusk and dawn to me too. So it's like being able to see in those in-between times, and those in-between times being important for us. I know this is an unexpected thing, but this seems like a message too, like dusk and dawn being very powerful times for manifestation or prayer work, or just connecting to spirit in general. Doing meditation, or healing and clearing your own energy, because this is the sword. So this is clearing and cutting away anything that doesn't serve us. But this is new communication as well. This is something that is very straightforward. You don't have to guess. Somebody's communicating with you what they mean or what they're talking about. It is very clear-cut communication. So that could be the unexpected. If you've had a lot of misunderstandings or a lot of confusion with someone or something, you could be getting a very clear communication now. And they were also talking about dusk and dawn and third eye clarity. So if you've had any blockages in your third eye, the unexpected thing is that you're going to get a lot more inner visions. You're going to have a lot more power and strength with your clairvoyance. So I enjoyed that reading. I hope everyone has enjoyed it. I will be back soon with another reading, and if you would like your own personal witches read, you can click the link below and be taken to my Etsy shop. Angel blessings to everyone. Oceans of love, and happy Halloween.